Just give it a few minutes there for people to come in. Wait, I need this. How are you doing, everyone? Just give it a few more minutes there for people to come in. How you doing, Aidan? Okay, I think we'll crack on now. So how are we all doing? Hope all is well and happy Friday. And I know last Friday I done the live and I said I'm not going to do it next Friday, but I just didn't have time during the week. So here we are. Friday is better than no times a week. So this is going to be an interesting one because I found some really cool images that I'm going to share with you here. So we're going to be covering, this guy said he failed his driving test for overtaking a street sweeper. What's the correct procedure here? We're going to talk about who has right of way on a road like this. Can you signal left too early if there's a road before the turn you intend to take? Mini roundabouts. I'm going to talk to you about changing test center and good pros and cons for doing that. We're going to talk about the Walkinstown roundabout and a few questions that came up from during the week. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And you know the drill. If you have any questions there, put them in the comments and we'll go through them at the end. And you know yourself, lads, if you want to book lessons, click the link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll be happy to help. Also, take the quiz, see if you're ready to pass. All right, so let's do it. So we're going to go to the very first one where the guy said, he failed his driving test for overtaking a street sweeper. Now, I don't think this is a real dash cam footage because the tester would have told him to remove his dash cam. So I'd say this is just kind of photoshopped in. So the reasons why he would have failed his driving test for overtaking a street sweeper would have been only if it was unsafe to do so. Because we can see in this image here now, I don't think this is going to be a real image, but see the way he said he's the red arrow and he overtook the street sweeper. But because there was an oncoming vehicle, he would have either failed his driving test and got a grade 3 either for observation overtaken, for not planning ahead up the road and not seeing the oncoming vehicle, or he would have failed his driving test for right of way overtaken. So that can go two ways on that one. Just if you are going to overtake a slow moving vehicle, you have to make sure it's safe from ahead. There's no oncoming vehicles and that you can overtake when it's safe to do so. Also, be mindful of the road markings as well. If the street sweeper's going 40 kilometers an hour on a 50, you probably don't need to overtake him. But if he is going really slow, you'd be expected to overtake them. All right, especially on a broken white line if there's no oncoming vehicles. All right, so I'd like to see the whole marking sheet on that one to see where else he got marked for, to be honest. Now, a guy said to me he was driving down this road. It's a Sydney parade. Who has right of way? And he was the yellow line. So if you look at this image here, you see the way the center line it bends to the right. That would mean like the major road is bending to the right here. So anybody that wants to join that road has to wait until the way is clear. So that red arrow, as you see number 2 there, that car will be treating that like a T-junction. They'd have to position, look right and left, and they could only join the major road if it was safe to do so. So when you're in doubt like that, just look at the road markings, and the major road will be the one with the center line going down the middle, and you just follow that line to stay on the major road. Another person asked me about signaling too early. 1 second there. So yes, you can signal too early. If we're taking that left turn at the junction and there's a road before it, and this happened to me in one of the Mulhutter test routes. I can't remember what, I was actually looking for it there a few minutes ago. I can't remember what route, but Patrick told me to take the turn left at the lights. I went, yeah, no problem, mirror signaled, but I didn't see the little left turn exactly like this here. And I gave myself a grade 2 for signals misleading. So look at the last paragraph there on signals. It says, sorry, there's something in the way of my screen. Basically, I can't read that. It's too small. Signal too soon. Yeah. but so you can't, if you can't signal too early. If you want to take the left after a left, make sure you drive past the first left turn first. Another person said, so there's something in the way on my screen here, I can't read it. So just need a bit of help if I want to take the second exit to the right. So where to put on my right signal and where to put on my left signal. So he's the car at the red line. That black car would want to be positioned over to the center line, over to the right hand side of his lane. And then he gets his front wheels past the roundabout and he steers to the right. So I'm going to show you a clip of a video here. This is old stuff, so be patient with this one. What am I going to do? I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you mini roundabouts. And this is old stock. But listen to what I say about when to signal left. Do the steering for it.
Mirror, signal to the right. Position just left of that centre line. Now, if I'm in the manual, I'm on the brake. I'm into second. I'm off the clutch. I can see this is narrow, so I'm on the brake. Clutch in, roll it into first. Observation out to the right. I can see pedestrian on the road there, so I'm going to wait for a second. Now, because of the T-junction, I would take a little glance to the left as well. You don't want to just pull out in front of a car, but my main observation is here. I'd roll out in first, get me front wheels past that roundabout. I'd look to the right and I'd steer. Once I've steered, left mirror, left signal.
So that's what you're doing there at the mini roundabouts. Do the steering first, because people try to do some steering, then they try to mirror signal left. The most important thing is the steering. Get around the roundabout first, and once you know you've steered and you're going to come around, hold the wheel, left mirror, left signal, and then you can just loosen your grip and let the wheel spin in your hands. That would be the best way to tackle them. So that was mini. What am I doing here? Sorry. Now this one confused me, to be honest. 1 second there. So this one confused me there today. So this person just got invited to sit the test finally. I'm a little bit confused choosing which test centre to go with. Normally, I have driven around Raheny, Artane area, but I was wondering if it's a good idea to go to Tala, as I have heard the passing rate is good. So I don't understand the thought process behind that. If you drive around Raheny and you drive around Artane, why would you go to Tala, which is 25 kilometres away, to an area you don't know, to do a driving test? If you're familiar with an area, do your driving test in the area. Knowing the area is half the battle when it comes to doing your driving test. Sorry, 1 second there. I've lost it. Yeah, so just when it comes to booking your driving test, do the test centre you know. Don't be going to a test centre across the other side of the county or the other side of the country just because you get a date sooner. You know what I mean? Stick to the place you know. It's the most important. I actually seen a post today in the Facebook group as well. Some fella was going from Kilkenny, but he got a short notice. He got a cancellation in Killarney, 230 kilometres away. Like, that's insanity. That is, driving all the way down there to do your driving test. The stress of that 2-hour drive is just, it's and then you're going down to a test centre, you don't know the roads. That's madness to me. You always stick to the area you know to increase your chances of passing. Next, we see the infamous Walkinstown roundabout. So the image on the left here, it looks like this is the one coming down from Green Hills, I'd imagine. Or is it? Yeah. Oh no, it's the one coming from Crumlin Village. So this is a good one because we can see that it has 3 lanes on approach. This is perfect, and we can see the road sign on the left there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the exit that would be the one we're on would be 6. So for this one, the left lane, if you look on the right image there, in that left lane, I would take exit 1 and exit 2 on that. And I'll tell you why as well, because look at the road markings on the roundabout. You're going to drive into the left lane, and the lane on the road markings on the roundabout will be, you can see it actually taking you into the first and second lane. If I wanted to take the third or fourth exit, I'll be in the middle lane. Now, I know you're going to come past 12 o'clock a little bit, but that would be okay in this roundabout. The reason being, if you go into the inside lane here and try to cut across 3 lanes, that would be a little bit dangerous for this roundabout. I'd definitely middle lane here if I walk into town roundabout for 3 and 4. And then I'd approach in the right-hand lane and come onto the inside lane for 5 and 6 on the Walkinstown roundabout. So this entrance onto the roundabout was pretty good. There's 3 lanes. Some of them only have 2 lanes, so you have to be a bit more creative. But always just watching the road markings on the actual roundabout, and that'll give you a better idea of what lane to be in. But that's so confusing, that roundabout. And just never drive beside somebody. You never know what they're going to do. Now, somebody said, you always stopped before turning right. Even if the road is cleared, do we still have to stop before turning right like I do? Now, it's very important, if you're going to watch the videos that I do, don't make it up as you're going along, because I didn't stop at all of them. I stopped at 1 or 2 of them to explain what I was doing. Towards the end of the video, I was talking about progress turning right and position and observation, and it's when we put it all together. I'm going to show you what I mean now. So I think she's talking about this example. The reason why I stop here is because you can see this pedestrian in the pink, and also the reason why I stopped here is to explain what I was actually doing. If I just kept on going, I wouldn't have had time to explain it. Look at the pedestrian out my driver's side window. I have to wait on her. And then we're just gonna come. I am doing this a little bit slow, but I'm explaining what I'm doing. But I don't stop here. So hold on a second. Where's it going? Did I even share my screen that time? Ah, lads, I'm not with it at all today. I'm sorry. Let me just do that again. I didn't share my screen. I'm sorry. Oh my god. So the reason why
We've looked right for that pedestrian.
See the pedestrian
So
here.
the front rear car gets in line with the centre line on this road. We look to the right and steer. And good position for us is centre left.
So just, I'm sorry, lad. I had a long week, but yeah. So just when you are watching the videos, try not, like, because he said, I always stop, but I don't always stop. I don't want you going into a driving test getting the wrong picture of what I'm doing in the videos, and always watch all the videos, because the whole video is important. It's not only the first few minutes, because at the end, that's when I put it all together and I talk about position, observation, mirror signals, and progress. And then it's a complete right turn. So it is important to watch all the videos when you're doing it, all right? Another question was, just passing Rahini, couldn't do it out your videos. Just wondering if you have any videos on preparing for things when you drive first on your own. Some general tips for when you start driving. So you've passed your driving test now. That's the RSA saying that you're competent and confident enough to get out there by yourself, and just, there's no way to teach experience. It's like trying to teach someone how to swim from a book, or trying to give advice. You just have to get in. You just have to get into the pool, you know what I mean? Or get into the water. In this case, you've passed your driving test. You know what to do. You're safe. You know the rules of the road. It's all about now you just getting out and building confidence in different situations. The one video I did leave in the description below for you was the one for driving on motorways. Maybe that might be helpful for you. But well done, congratulations on passing your test. Next we have, if you don't mind, when slowing down to take a left or right turn, sometimes I'm at a speed where the car starts to rumble. Should I go into first for that speed, or is it okay to hold the clutch down slightly to avoid this? I'm not sure, because I don't want to lose marks of coasting. But first gear may be too slow for the turn. Okay, so that all depends on the turn, how narrow it is, and it depends on your car as well. If you're driving a smaller little petrol car, a 1 litre, 1.2 litre, there should be no problem you turning right or left. Maybe not, depends on the T-junction, but in second gear, just before your car starts to rumble, that's when you'd be coming off the brake and off the clutch. And if it's safe to do so, just roll around the turn or a light bit of gas. If it's really sharp, you are okay to use force gear, because just remember, it is your driving test. The tester doesn't want you flying around corners either. So if you're in a more powerful car, definitely use force, especially for turning right and left in narrow roads. Because as I said, you don't want to fly around the corner. The reason why your car is rumbling is because you're on the brake too long as you're coming off the clutch. So try come off the brake a little bit sooner, and hopefully the car should just roll around nice and smooth. But when in doubt, clutch in, roll it into first rather than coasting, because you'll definitely get a mark for coasting if you drive around the corner with your foot on the clutch. All right. I'm going to have a video about that soon. And last but not least, what do I see here? You're turning right with park. Oh, this is a good one. I remember this one. So you're turning right with parked cars on the left on the road you're turning into. If there's a car coming out and you see it before you make the turn, do we wait before turning or make the turn? Okay, so this time I'm going to remember to share my screen with you. Turning right. So what she is saying here is, so just, you see the way, look out my drive, look at my head there. See the way I'm looking down the road there. If that road is really narrow and there's cars parked on the left and there's a car coming up the middle, we wouldn't start that turn. We wait where I am here. We let that car get out of the way and we go when it's safe to do so. So if we look to the right and it's not safe and we can't finish the turn, we don't start the turn just to stop halfway around it. If it's narrow and there's a car parked on the left and there's a car coming towards you and there's not enough space for you, just wait where you are. We don't start and have to stop halfway across the middle of the road. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to go to a few questions now, if there is any. Just before I do that, just remember, if you haven't done it already, there is a quiz in the description. Take the quiz, test your knowledge, see if you're ready to pass. And then when you do it, I follow up with a few helpful videos about stuff I've talked about. Also, you know the drill. If you need lessons, click the link in the description. So let me see. Questions. I do have to apologize. I am not with it today. I've had such a long week. And I felt like I was talking absolute rubbish there, but look at. So how you doing, Adoa? Just wanted to come on here and say thank you for your reverse around the corner video. Well done. It really saved me as I was able to pass my test this morning. Congratulations. Really grateful. You're welcome. Congratulations. And I'm glad the videos helped. That's the whole reason that they're there. But they're no good unless people like you watch and implement and then pass the test. So well done. Congratulations. I'm delighted for you. How you doing, Vez? If it's unsafe to merge onto a dual carriageway and the other person isn't slowing down, are you allowed to stay in the bus lane? So you're coming onto a dual carriageway, you're looking at the car from the inside. Yeah, you can't shave the side off a bus lane. You have to do you have to ask yourself, what's the safest thing to do? Would it be stop in the middle of the road if there's cars coming from behind? Would it be pull out in front of the car that's coming out way too fast? Sometimes you might have to shave a corner off a bus lane. Wouldn't be the end of the world. It would be the safest option. Especially sometimes, it's obviously happened to you before. Sometimes people don't let you merge, but a lot of the time people do as well. So if the first one doesn't, you're just driving along, you're getting ready, the next car should let you in, and then that's when you move in safely. So definitely, yes, it would be better to shave the start of a bus lane off compared to doing something dangerous like slamming on the brakes or cutting in front of someone flying up the outside. Yeah, good question. Well done, bud. Where was that, by the way? How you doing, Sean? Hope I am indeed. Thank you so much. Hope you are too. I have my test next week, and I'm curious about my dashboard. It's in the middle and angled towards me, and not visible to the passenger. Do you think it'll be a problem? What car is it? Is it Toyota? That's no problem whatsoever. But there has been driving tests done in nearly every make and model you can imagine, there's never been any issues with dash. What's it? I'd say the Toyota, is it? I think they do that a lot, but it should be no issue. But just they do have their own speedometers as well on the iPad as well. So yeah, there'll be no issues. Just make sure there's no warning lights on it, bud. How you doing, Aidan? For all forced exit, do we indicate before we enter the roundabout? Yes. Forced exit to the left on approach, mirror, signal left, position, slow, look to the right. If it's clear, keep on going. Forced exit, always signal left. Even if the forced exit is straight through forced exit, mirror, signal left on approach. Good question. Thanks, bud. How you doing, Emma? When do you indicate on a small roundabout? You know what I did? I left the video. Now, it's old. I think I'd done it like a year and a half ago, like in January. But I left it in the description below. It's one of the first videos I've done, and it's on mini roundabouts. What I remember, so if you're taking the forced exit to the left, mirror signal left on approach, just like a left turn or a mini round or an hour roundabout. If you're going straight through, no signal on approach. But I always say, do the steering first, get around the roundabout first, and then it's a quick left mirror, left signal, straighten up in on the left. It's when people are taking the third exit on the mini roundabout. So you just take a right turn, mirror signal right on approach position. But the trick, I don't know if you've seen the clip, I don't know if you were here or not, but you drive past the roundabout, steer around it, and when you know your car is going to get around the roundabout comfortably, that's when you just left mirror, left signal, loosen your grip on the wheel, and let the car straighten up in on the left. But you will see the video below. Now, I'm just warning you, it's going to be painful, but it's good information. I was actually a good driver back in them days. But I hope that answers your question, Emma. Thanks very much. How you doing, bud? Hi from Waterford. Best of luck on your test, bud, if you have it coming up. I thought so, yeah. I knew it was a Yaris, but yeah, no issues whatsoever. There's been millions of tests done in Yaris, solid little car. And best of luck, Sean. And if you do the quiz, I'm not sure if you've done it yet. If you have, you already have the videos in your email. I would have sent them to you. If not, do the quiz and you'll get some emails sent out to you automatically. All right, bud. Best of luck. How you doing, Faze? It was on the N3 in busy traffic, but I wouldn't get marked if I was in the bus lane. If it was, see, you don't want to be all day in the bus lane either, but you really want to be getting your speed up. Where's that on the N3? But if you are merging, so you know, if it's at, is it at where I done the test routes for Mulhuddard? Once you take that turn, you're getting your speed up, you're getting up towards the speed limit, mirror signal. That's a big enough runway. You don't want to be in the bus lane all day, but you do want to get merging. So position your car over to the right-hand side of the lane, and once that first car's out of your way, just, if it's safe to do so, move in. Oh, don't overdo it in the bus lane, bud. You're welcome, Sean. Thanks a lot, bud. Really appreciate you being here. You're welcome, Aroa. Thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Sean? If you're in a yellow box, wanting to turn right, and the light goes red, what do? Your only job, once you're in the middle of that junction, is to get off the junction. So it can happen. So it happens all the time, actually. So you have your green circle light, you go up to the middle, and there's oncoming traffic. So you know yourself, sometimes when you're in the middle, the light goes amber, the light goes red, and there's still cars coming. Your only job in this scenario is just to get off the middle of the junction. When you're in the middle and it goes amber, that's you saying, right, lovely stuff, I'm getting ready, I'm doing my observation. Once you see them cars starting to slow, that's when you're going to start making your move. It can happen, and it has happened so many times to my students in the past, where they're in the middle of the junction, the light goes amber, there's oncoming traffic, the light goes red, and some other road user breaks the light really late, and it makes us really late getting off the junction. You will fail a test for that as well, even though it wasn't your fault. It was because the other road user broke the light and delayed you from getting off the junction. But on the reverse of that, if you don't go to the middle of the junction, you'll fail your test anyway. So that's just, sometimes that can happen just because of another road user. But just remember, no matter what, your only job, once there's no more oncoming traffic, is to get off the junction. That's your only job once you're in there. All right? Safely, of course. I hope that answers your question, Sean. How you doing, Swarge? You had your fourth lesson this week. Congratulations. The instructor was impressed knowing I was able to drive myself. Just need to work on some observation at Newbridge. Well, I remember your name. You joined the membership, so there's about a half an hour video on membership. Oh, jeez, I am not well today. On observation in the membership, and it covers everything, turning right, left, the whole shebang. But congratulations, that's really good to hear that you've done one lesson and you have a good ability already. So well done. That's very impressive. How you doing, Emma? So thank you, because I get stressed, especially going right, trying to indicate left. Then I know, yeah, I know. But just remember, don't worry about the signal. Is the least important out of all of it. The steering is the most important. There's no point doing a lovely mirror signal but crashing into the path. You know what I mean? So I know this happens to everyone. Just think steering first. Once I'm around the roundabout, then you just go boom, boom. That's the easy bit. Steering is the most important, and I'm sure I say that in that video. And I also have another one on the YouTube as well. There, it should be right above that. It's mistakes I see people doing mini roundabouts. That might also be a good one for you as well. But yeah, 100%. You're not the only one, believe me. You're welcome, Aidan. Thank you so much, bud. How you doing, Ozzy? Not sure if you can answer this, but you have any advice on a good first car to buy? I know so little about cars and want to try to get something decent and reliable without spending too much. I like the first part where you said decent and reliable, but sometimes when it comes to being on a budget, you just have to. It's the car market is out of control at the moment in Ireland. There's just so little used cars. I don't know what your budget is. Like for a first car, like with a small budget, you have to it really is. It's dangerous out there when you're looking for something cheap. The best thing to do is if you know anybody that has a fair idea about cars, going out one day, having a look, making sure like there's oil in it, there's good tires in it and stuff. I don't what's your budget and what type of car you're looking for, and I'll give you a bit more advice. So get a Toyota Corolla. They're very reliable and cheap. See, the only thing is that what's a Corolla? Are they 1.4? But the whole marking sheet is done on the membership. The membership is complete. All the whole marking sheet is explained. I can't explain it anymore. So yeah, they're all there, bud. So just get stuck in on them. I might redo them, but they're going to be the same videos because I just literally read out the marking sheet and I explained exactly what the tester wants to see you do in the car. So that's it with that, bud. Yeah, so anything Japanese is going to be better. Like especially the smaller ones, your Toyota and stuff like that. Try to stay away from the Vits and the Aqua. But yeah, you just have to do a bit of homework there yourself on that one. Especially when you're on a budget, it's hard to get good value nowadays. But look, it looks like there's no more questions. On the membership, do I explain an automatic car? No, I'm in the manual car. There's not much to explain in an automatic. All you do is brake. You don't need the clutch or change gear. All you do is brake. So it's pretty easy. But what I'd be more concerned about is in an automatic is your position, your observation, your progress, reaction to hazards. It's all the same. Yeah, so I definitely recommend if you want to pass, it's just broken down from the whole RSA marking sheet guidelines, and I explain exactly what the tester wants to see you do. So I hope that answers your question there. Will I get marked for reaction to hazards if you look at your speedometer for too long? Possibly. Why would you look at your speedometer for so long? All you do is take a quick glance. Okay, I'm going 50. Look at what you're doing. We don't want to kill anybody on the road. Like, do you know what I mean? Look. You have to look where you're going. That's what I've said. It. If you're in the membership, you are. Yeah, I know you are. That's what I say, and I must say it 1,000 times in the video. Just watch where you're going. I said it in reaction to hazards about looking at the gears. If you're taking your eyes off the road, doing the gears, or looking at your speedometer, it's just incorrect. So they'll find something to mark you on if you do it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you've about 10k, so I'm going to save as much and get a loan for the rest. 10k is enough. Don't be going around getting loans for your first car. You're just putting yourself into debt, bad debt for no reason. If you had 10k, I'd go for a Polo, or I've been in a lot of Polos over the years, especially the automatic. I don't know if you're going for automatic. If you're automatic, definitely go for a Japanese Polo. That's so smooth. I've been in hundreds of them over the years. But for Japanese, I suppose a Yaris would be okay. You wouldn't get a Yaris for 10 grand, but well, you would, but it'd be old enough. What else would that be? A Micra or something. The Japanese cars are known for their reliability. So if you want something affordable and reliable, definitely go Japanese. And the top three would be Toyota number 1, Nissan number 2, and Honda number 3. Even a Honda Fit would be a good buy for 10k. Definitely, you get nice automatics as well. And there's a car garage out in Ashbourne called Curragh. I'm going to write this here. He's absolutely fantastic, and he only has high quality motors. I'm going to share that. If you Google Curragh Motors, he has only top quality vehicles there. But it looks like that's it. Come here, lads. I don't have the energy today. I'm just not feeling it today. I've had a long hour week. Usually I do an hour. I can't do it today. I've been stumbling over my words there this whole call. But come here to me. You know the drill. Take the quiz. Answer the questions. I'll follow up with helpful videos and stuff. If you need lessons, click the link in the description. There's me WhatsApp if you want to take it down. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it at that. There's one more. We'll do one more for the road, and then I'm going. Should I look at blind spot every time I start at signal? No. You only check your blind spot moving off from a park position and just before you change lanes. Not for when the light turns green. I check my mirrors. I go left mirror, right mirror, handbrake down and go, because I want to see if there's any cyclists or motorbikes coming around the outside of me. But no blind spot. Only blind spot moving off and changing lane. All right. And go to my YouTube and watch the video for moving off from a park position. Gosh, oh. All right. So look at that's me. I'm tapping out. I've had a long week. All right. So best luck in your test. Do it. Send me the good news. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And yeah, thank you so much. And thanks so much for joining in. And thanks to all the members of the YouTube as well. I really appreciate this all. All right. So have a good weekend, and you'll see me in the Facebook group.